This is the Sleep Story Temple, where the desert meets the stars. Tonight, we find sanctuary in an ancient Persian courtyard, a hidden paradise walled off from the endless shifting dunes of the Silk Road. This story explores the science of symmetry, how perfect geometric patterns and the continuous crystalline sound of flowing water can rewire an exhausted brain for safety and rest. You will walk barefoot on cool azure tiles, breathe in the intoxicating scent of night-blooming jasmine, and watch the slow, celestial clock of the desert sky. Leave the dust behind. The oasis is waiting. You have been walking for a very long time. The sun has been a heavy weight upon your shoulders all day. You have crossed the vast, shifting dunes of the waking world, a world of endless heat, endless light, and endless demands. But the day is finally ending. The sun is sinking below the horizon of the sand. Look at the sky above the desert. It is no longer the blinding, harsh white of noon. It is softening. A deep, bruised purple is bleeding down from the highest edge of the atmosphere. It mixes with the fading, burnt orange of the horizon. It is the color of embers cooling in the hearth. It is the color of a long, slow exhale. Feel the sand beneath your feet. It is still holding the memory of the day's heat, a warm, dry, comforting presence against your soles. But the air around you is rapidly changing. The harsh, a dry wind that pushed against you all afternoon is dying down. It is becoming a gentle, cool evening breeze. The extreme contrast of the desert is beginning to work its magic. As the sky grows darker, the air grows cooler. It touches your face, evaporating the invisible sweat of your labor. It cools your tired eyes. Feel the tension in your jaw slowly releasing. The muscles in your neck, which have been braced against the wind, are finally softening. You are no longer fighting the elements. You are surrendering to the evening. Think of this desert as the landscape of your mind today. You have had to navigate shifting sands. You have had to climb steep dunes of obligation and effort. Every step required energy. Every step required focus. Your legs are heavy with the effort of simply moving forward. Your mind is coated in the fine, a dry dust of 1,000 tiny decisions, 1,000 conversations, 1,000 tasks. It is exhausting to exist in the open desert of the day, but you do not have to walk anymore. Look ahead through the cooling twilight. Rising out of the rolling sea of sand is a structure. It does not look like the jagged rocks of the wasteland. It is deliberate, It is purposeful. It is a sanctuary. High, thick walls made of earth and clay rise up from the dunes. They are smooth, curved, and baked by centuries of sun. They are the color of warm terracotta, glowing softly in the fading light. These walls were built for one specific reason: to protect, to draw a hard, impenetrable line between the chaos of the wilderness and the perfect order of the oasis, to keep the blowing sand out and to keep the quiet peace in. Take a deep breath of the cooling air. Inhale. Even from out here, a distance away, the air smells different. The dry, metallic scent of the dust is fading. It is being replaced by something impossible: moisture. The faint, sweet, unmistakable scent of deep earth and water. It is a promise carried on the evening breeze. Exhale. Let your shoulders drop an inch. You are almost there. Begin to walk the final stretch. Step, step. Your heavy boots sink slightly into the cooling sand. There is no need to rush. The gates will not close. The sanctuary has been waiting for you since the moment you woke up this morning. With every step you take toward the clay walls, you are leaving a piece of your heavy day behind you. You drop a worry into the sand, and the evening wind blows over it, erasing it completely. You drop a stressful memory, and it is swallowed by the vast emptiness of the desert. By the time you reach the walls, you will be empty. You will be light. The structure looms larger now. You can see the sheer thickness of the clay. It is monumental. It is a fortress of quiet. The wind, which has been whistling in your ears for hours, is suddenly blocked. The acoustic shadow of the Great Wall falls over you. The harsh, rushing noise of the open desert is cut in half. Then it is reduced to a whisper. Then it vanishes entirely. You are stepping into the profound, heavy silence that surrounds the oasis. In the center of the towering clay wall, there is an opening, a massive, arched portal. It is framed by something that catches the last, dying light of the sunset. Tiles. Cool, smooth, geometric tiles, glazed in the deepest, richest shades of blue, lapis lazuli, and cobalt. They look like pieces of the night sky pulled down to the earth. They shine like a mirage against the matte, earthy terracotta. They are perfectly cool to the touch, a stark, beautiful contrast to the burning world you have just traversed. They are the threshold. They are the dividing line between the exhaustion of the day and the geometry of your dreams. You stand before the grand archway. The heavy wooden doors, carved with intricate, looping vines, are thrown wide open. The darkness inside is inviting. It is not a frightening dark. It is the dark of a shaded grove. It is the dark of a cool, deep well. You have crossed the burning sands. You have carried the weight of the day for long enough. It is time to step out of the dust and into the water. You stand exactly on the dividing line. Behind you is the vast, chaotic, unpredictable desert. Before you is the threshold of the portal. Look at the ground beneath the great wooden doors. The loose, dry sand stops in a perfectly straight line. It meets a raised lip of smooth, dark stone. This is the boundary. You cannot bring the dust of the day into this place. You cannot bring the heavy, frantic energy of the waking world across this line. Sit down on the low stone bench carved into the side of the archway. Reach down to your feet. It is time to untie the heavy boots that have carried you so far. Pull, loosen. Slip the heavy leather from your heels. Let them rest on the earth outside the door. As you slide your bare feet out, feel the immediate relief. The constriction is gone. Your toes stretch in the cooling evening air, and the fatigue of the journey begins to drain out through the soles of your feet, soaking into the sand you are leaving behind. You are shedding the heavy armor of the day. Now, stand up. You are lighter. Step over the raised stone lip. Press. Feel the sudden, breathtaking contrast beneath your bare skin. You are no longer standing on shifting, gritty, unpredictable earth. You have stepped onto glazed ceramic tiles. They are perfectly flat. They are completely smooth. And they are beautifully, deeply cold. The thick clay walls of this sanctuary have been absorbing the cool shadows all day long. The tiles hold that cold like a deep, hidden reservoir. As your warm, tired feet press against the glaze, a rapid thermal transfer begins. The heat of your anxiety, the heat of your rushing, and the heat of your stress, it is instantly drawn out of your body. It flows down through your legs and is swallowed by the cool, forgiving stone. This drop in temperature is exactly what your body needs to rest. It is the ancient biological signal for a mythic slumber. The fires of the day are being extinguished, degree by degree. Look down at the floor you are walking on. Even in the dim, shadowed light of the portal, the colors are incredibly rich. They are the colors of a calm, twilight ocean. Deep lapis lazuli, vibrant turquoise, a deep midnight cobalt. But it is not just the color that soothes your mind. It is the pattern. The tiles are laid out in perfect, interlocking, geometric shapes. 8 pointed stars, hexagons, diamonds. They fit together with absolute precision. There are no gaps. There are no mistakes. In the desert of your waking life, things are chaotic. Things are unpredictable and messy. But here, in the quiet heart of this ancient, sleepy civilization, there is perfect order. Your analytical mind, which has been trying to solve complicated problems all day long, looks at this floor and finally relaxes. It traces the edges of a perfect blue star. It follows a line of turquoise diamonds. It sees the absolute symmetry, and it understands that there is nothing left to fix. The pattern is already complete. The order is already established. Your mind can stop working now. You begin to walk down the short, vaulted corridor that leads from the heavy wooden doors to the inner courtyard. This passageway is an airlock for your soul. With every step you take, the walls grow thicker. The ceiling arches high above you in a beautiful, curved vault. Listen to the sound of your bare feet on the smooth tiles. Pad, pad, pad. It is a quiet, rhythmic sound. It echoes slightly off the curved walls, wrapping around you in an acoustic blanket. Notice what you do not hear. The wind. The low, constant, rushing sound of the desert wind has been completely severed. The monumental clay walls have blocked it entirely. The silence in this corridor is so pure. It feels heavy. It feels like a physical weight pressing gently against your skin. It is pushing the loud, frantic voices of the day completely out of your head. You are walking through a tunnel of cool, blue shadows. You are entirely safe. No one knows you are here. No one can ask anything of you. At the end of the corridor, a soft, silver light is spilling across the floor. It is the moonlight, awaiting for you in the center of the oasis. Keep walking. Follow the perfect geometry of the tiles. Let the cold glaze draw the last of the heat from your bones. You are crossing the threshold into the deepest rest. You reach the end of the vaulted, blue-tiled corridor. The enclosed ceiling opens up to the vast night sky. You are stepping into the San, the central, open-air courtyard of the oasis. It is breathtakingly still. The space is bathed in the soft, silver light of a newly risen moon, casting sharp, beautiful shadows against the warm terracotta walls. And in the exact center of this sanctuary lies the heart of the oasis, the fountain. It is not a roaring waterfall. It is not chaotic, rushing, or loud. It is a masterpiece of gentle, controlled movement. Built directly into the floor is a shallow pool shaped as a perfect, 8-pointed geometric star. It is lined with the same deep azure and lapis lazuli tiles you walked upon, making the water look like a piece of the midnight ocean. From a small carved stone pillar in the center, a clear water bubbles up and falls just a few inches into the basin below. Trickle, plash, ripple. Walk slowly toward it. The sound grows slightly louder with every step, but it never becomes harsh. It is the most ancient, soothing sound in the world. In the dry desert of your waking life, your mind has been parched. It has been thirsty for rest, thirsty for quiet, thirsty for peace. This sound is the end of that thirst. Sit down on the edge of the pool. The stone lip is wide, perfectly smooth, and cool beneath you. Lean forward. Look into the dark, clear water. The surface is a mirror, perfectly reflecting the glowing silver disk of the moon and the steady, unblinking stars above. Every time a drop of water falls from the central pillar, it breaks the reflection. It sends a series of perfect, concentric, circular ripples outward to the edges of the star. Watch those ripples. Expand, fade, return to stillness. It is a continuous cycle of movement returning to perfect order. Just like your breath, just like your thoughts. Reach your bare hands out. Break the surface of the clear water. Dip. The water is incredibly cool. It is pure, drawn from a deep, unseen well far beneath the burning sands. It contrasts sharply with the lingering heat of your long journey. Cup your hands together. Lift the water. Let it spill slowly through your fingers, back into the geometric pool. Splash. Do it again. This time, bring the cool water to your face. Wash away the invisible dust of the day. Wash away the grit of your responsibilities. Wash away the complicated conversations, the unread messages, the lingering anxieties. Let the water take them from your skin. The pool is deep enough to hold it all, and the water is always moving, always clearing itself. As the cool drops slide down your chin and neck, you feel a profound physical sense of cleansing. Your skin is cool. Your mind is being washed clean. Your heavy shoulders drop another inch. There is a soft linen towel resting on the stone nearby. dry your hands and face. Now, close your eyes. You no longer need to see the courtyard. You only need to hear it. Focus your entire awareness on the sound of the falling water. Trickle, plash, trickle. This sound is nature's perfect acoustic blanket. It is pink noise. It contains a balance of deep, low frequencies and soft, high frequencies, woven together in a continuous stream. Listen to how it fills the air. When you focus on the fountain, the sharp, the jagged noises of your internal dialogue are completely masked. You cannot hear the ticking clock of your worries. You cannot hear the loud, demanding voice of tomorrow. The water drowns them out, gently and completely. It smooths over the sharp edges of your thoughts until they are perfectly round and harmless. The sound is continuous. It never stops to take a breath. And because it never stops, your brain stops waiting for the next sound. In the waking world, your ears are always scanning for danger, waiting for an alarm, a notification, a sudden noise. But here, your nervous system realizes there is nothing to fear. There are no interruptions. There is only the steady, rhythmic, endless song of the water. Let the sound of the fountain flow directly into your mind. Imagine it filling the empty spaces behind your eyes, cooling the overactive, burning circuits of your brain, washing through the tangled knots of your stress, loosening them, untying them, until they simply float away. Your breathing is naturally slowing down, trying to match the endless, effortless rhythm of the falling water. Inhale the cool air. Exhale the heavy tension. Inhale the sound of the fountain. Exhale the silence of the courtyard. You are anchored to the edge of the pool. Your body is heavy, safe, and deeply clean. The shifting sands of the desert outside the high walls are completely forgotten. There is only this moment. There is only this cool stone, the night sky, and the beautiful, continuous music of the oasis. You are resting by the edge of the blue-tiled pool. The water continues its endless, gentle song. Your face is clean. Your eyes are closed. You are deeply, profoundly still. But the air in this courtyard is not entirely motionless. A breeze, so faint it barely rustles the fabric of your clothes, slips down from the high clay walls. It is the breath of the oasis. As the cool air brushes against your damp skin, it brings a gift. It is not the dry, metallic smell of the desert sand. It is something rich, something heavy, something incredibly sweet. It is the scent of night-blooming jasmine, Jasmine, the flower that waits for the burning sun to disappear before it reveals its secret. All day, under the harsh, blinding light, the garden surrounding this courtyard has been quiet. The dark green leaves, folded inward, are protecting themselves from the heat, holding their breath. But now, in the cool silver light of the moon, the tiny, white, star-shaped blossoms are opening. Hundreds of them, thousands of them, unfurling in the shadows. Breathe it in. The fragrance is intoxicating. It is a thick, floral perfume that hangs in the cool night air like an invisible, soothing mist. It is the smell of safety. It is the scent of a world that has finally stopped working and started resting. Let us use this invisible mist. Focus all of your remaining attention on your breathing. In the waking world, your breath is shallow. It sits high in your chest, trapped by the tight muscles of stress, urgency, and posture. You breathe just enough to survive the next email, the next task, the next hour. But here, in the walled garden, that you have the time and the space to breathe deeply. You have permission to take up space with your lungs. Inhale. Draw the heavy, sweet scent of the jasmine deep through your nose. Let it travel past your chest. Let it push your stomach outward. Fill the very bottom of your lungs with the fragrance of the night garden. Exhale. Let it out slowly through your mouth. A long, soft, unobstructed sigh. Do it again. Inhale. Imagine the scent of the white flowers entering your bloodstream. It is a natural, ancient sedative. It is a chemical signal sent directly to your exhausted nervous system, telling it that the battle of the day is over. The great wooden doors are locked. There are no predators here. There are no deadlines hidden in the dark. Exhale. Push the stale, recycled air of your stressful day out into the courtyard and let the lush, dark green plants absorb it. Let the garden take your exhaustion and turn it into pure, clean oxygen. With every deep breath of the jasmine, your heart rate slows down a fraction more. The vagus nerve, running down through the center of your chest, is being gently massaged by this slow, rhythmic expansion and contraction. You are physically flipping the biological switch. You are moving out of fight or flight. You are entering rest and digest. You are commanding your body to power down, and your body is gratefully listening. Keep your eyes closed, but see the garden in your mind's eye. See the thick, climbing vines clinging to the warm terracotta walls. See the thousands of tiny white stars blooming in the shadows, mirroring the vast canopy of stars above. They are blooming just for you. They are pouring their sweet and heavy energy into the night air simply to bring you peace. Listen closely beneath the bubbling sound of the fountain. As the jasmine-scented breeze moves through the courtyard, you can hear the faint, dry rustle of palm fronds high above. Swish, sway, rustle. It is a slow, sweeping sound, like a soft brush painting the dark canvas of the night sky. The heavy leaves rub against one another in a slow, hypnotic rhythm. The rustling palm leaves, the continuous bubbling water, the sweet, heavy perfume of the jasmine. Your senses are no longer being bombarded by the chaotic, demanding information of the waking world. They are being fed a diet of pure, ancient tranquility. You have sat by the water long enough. Your body is clean. Your lungs are full of the garden's medicine. You are heavy with relaxation. A pleasant, a sinking numbness spreading through your legs and arms. It is time to leave the edge of the pool. It is time to step into the shelter of the arched alcove and look up at the geometry of the ceiling. You leave the edge of the blue-tiled pool. The water continues its endless, gentle song behind you. Your bare feet move silently across the smooth, cold courtyard floor. You are walking away from the open center, moving toward the deep, protective shadows of the Diwan. The Diwan is a grand, vaulted alcove. It is a space completely open to the courtyard on one side, but sheltered by 3 massive, thick clay walls. It is a room without a door, inviting the night breeze in, but keeping the vastness of the desert out. As you step under its great archway, the temperature drops just a fraction more. The light of the moon does not reach the back of this alcove. It is a pocket of pure, heavy, velvet darkness. You walk to the center of the alcove and stop. The bubbling of the fountain is a little softer here. The sweet, as heavy perfume of the night, jasmine, is a little fainter. Your senses are being dialed down. The world is getting quieter. Now, slowly, tilt your head back. Look up into the vault of the ceiling. In the waking world, ceilings are flat. They are blank. They are empty spaces that offer the mind nothing. But the architects of this ancient oasis understood the human mind. They knew that an exhausted brain needs a place to rest its eyes. They knew that before the mind can empty itself, it must be gently captivated. The ceiling above you is a masterpiece of Muqarnas. It is a complex, cascading structure of honeycomb vaulting. Thousands of tiny, sculpted clay niches stacked upon one another, curving inward as they rise toward the highest point of the arch. They look like geometric stalactites suspended effortlessly in the dark. And every single facet, every tiny curve is covered in intricately glazed tiles. Lapis lazuli, cobalt, turquoise, flashes of muted gold. Even in the dim light, they catch the faint reflection of the stars outside, shimmering like a quiet, internal galaxy. Your eyes are drawn upward into the infinite geometry. In the chaotic desert of your daily life, your brain is always working. It is always scanning the horizon for danger. It is always trying to make sense of unpredictable, messy information. It is exhausting to constantly search for order in a disordered world. But here, looking up at this vaulted ceiling, your brain finds what it has been desperately seeking: perfect, absolute symmetry. There are no mistakes here. There are no asymmetrical lines, no unresolved patterns, no sudden surprises. It is the mathematics of peace. When your eyes take in this flawless, repeating order, a profound message is sent directly to your nervous system. There is no danger here. Everything is exactly where it is supposed to be. You do not need to figure this out. Let your mind's eye trace the patterns above you. Give your tired, analytical brain this one final, safe task. Find an 8-pointed star in the center of the mosaic. Follow its sharp, clean edges. From the top point down to the right. From the bottom point up to the left. It is a closed loop. It is safe and contained. Now, look at the intricate arabesque vines weaving between the stars. They are not real vines. They are perfectly stylized lines of deep blue glaze. Follow one of those lines. It curves gracefully around a hexagon. It dips beneath another line. It loops back upon itself, weaving an infinite, unbreakable net of color. There is no beginning to the vine, and there is no end. It is a continuous cycle, just like the water in the fountain, just like the steady, rising and falling rhythm of your chest. Trace the geometry. Curve, cross, loop. As you follow the patterns, the jagged, chaotic thoughts of your day are caught in the beautiful blue net. They cannot escape. They cannot spin out of control. They are gently organized, categorized, and laid to rest by the overwhelming order of the architecture. Your eyes are growing incredibly heavy. Looking up at the complex vaulting is mesmerizing, but it is also tiring the last waking muscles of your visual mind. The honeycomb niches seem to blur together. The sharp lines of the 8-pointed stars are softening into a wash of deep, oceanic blue. The geometric ceiling is spinning very slowly, like a massive, quiet kaleidoscope turning in the dark. you cannot hold your head up any longer. The gravity of the oasis is pulling at your shoulders. Your neck wants to surrender. Your spine wants to unfold completely. The geometry has rewired your brain for safety, and now your body is demanding to sink into the earth. You lower your gaze from the beautiful, infinite vault. Right in front of you, spanning the back wall of the sheltered alcove, is a long, low shadow. It is waiting to catch you. You lower your gaze from the infinite geometric vault of the ceiling. The mesmerizing puzzle of the blue tiles fades from your mind, leaving behind a profound, sweeping emptiness. You are ready to rest. Right in front of you, spanning the 3 walls of the sheltered alcove, is a deep, inviting shadow. As your eyes adjust to the darkness of the Diwan, the shadow reveals itself. It is a Diwan, a long, wide, low seating area built directly into the thick clay walls. It is a bed designed not just for sitting, but for absolute, luxurious surrender. It is covered entirely in heavy, midnight blue velvet, so dark and rich that it seems to absorb whatever faint silver moonlight manages to reach it. And piled high against the back wall are dozens of cushions. Some are covered in the same deep velvet. Others are wrapped in smooth, cool silk, embroidered with intricate silver thread that mimics the stars outside. Walk toward it. The cool ceramic floor beneath your bare feet gives way to a thick, woven Persian rug. It is soft and deeply textured, a gentle transition from the hard stone to the soft bed. Stand right at the edge of the velvet. Before you lie down, reach out your hand in the dark. Brush your fingertips across the fabric. Touch. Feel the heavy, plush resistance of the velvet. It is incredibly soft, yet substantial. It holds a subtle warmth. Now, brush the back of your hand against one of the silk cushions. It is the exact opposite. It is frictionless. It is beautifully, wonderfully cool against your skin, like a pool of still water. Turn around. It is time to give up the fight against gravity. You have carried your own weight all day, and you have held your spine straight against the pressures of the waking world. You have braced your shoulders against the invisible wind of your responsibilities. But the day is over. You do not need to hold yourself up anymore. Bend your knees, sink. Lower yourself onto the wide, velvet expanse of the Diwan. As you sit, feel the immediate, overwhelming relief in your legs. The velvet yields beneath you, absorbing your weight completely. But do not stop there. Lean back. Let your spine unroll against the mountain of silk and velvet cushions behind you. They part for you. They shift and contour perfectly to the unique shape of your tired back, filling in every hollow, supporting every curve. Recline. Stretch your legs out fully across the long, soft bench. You are lying down now. You are fully supported by the architecture of the oasis, and let us release the remaining tension in your body, piece by piece, into the fabric beneath you. Bring your awareness down to your feet. The feet that walked the burning, shifting sands of the desert all day. They are resting on the soft velvet now. Let them fall open naturally. Release the arches. Release the heels. Imagine the heavy, tired energy draining out of your toes and sinking into the deep blue fabric. Heavy, resting, still. Move your awareness up to your calves and your thighs, the large muscles that carried you forward, that pushed you up the steep dunes of your daily tasks. They do not need to fire anymore. They do not need to be ready to run. Command them to turn off. Feel them flatten and spread heavily against the Diwan. The velvet rises up to hold them. Heavy, melting, still. Yet bring your focus to your hips and your lower back. This is where you store the deep, stubborn exhaustion of simply existing in a busy world. Let your hips sink a full inch deeper into the cushions. Imagine the tight, coiled springs at the base of your spine finally snapping open, releasing their grip. The velvet absorbs the tension, like a sponge absorbing water. Heavy, sinking, still. Now, your shoulders. They are carrying the invisible backpack of your obligations. Take a slow, deep breath of the jasmine-scented air. Inhale, exhale, and let the backpack slip off. Let your shoulders drop down away from your ears. Let them fall back into the cool silk pillows. Feel the broad expanse of your upper back melting into the bed. Your arms rest limply at your sides, your fingers gently curled, lightly touching the smooth embroidery of the silk. Heavy, supported, still. Finally, your neck and your head. The neck is a narrow bridge that holds up the incredibly heavy, overactive world of your mind. Let the bridge collapse. Let the large, plush cushion behind you take the entire weight of your skull. Roll your head slightly to the left, feeling the cool silk brush against your cheek. Find the perfect center. Your jaw falls slack. The tiny muscles around your eyes completely let go. You are entirely boneless. You are melting into the midnight blue velvet, becoming a permanent part of the oasis. The boundary between where your body ends and the soft bed begins is completely blurred. You are held. You are safe. You are impossibly heavy. You are sinking deeper into the midnight blue velvet. Your body has surrendered its weight entirely to the heavy, silk-embroidered cushions of the Diwan. Your muscles are slack. Your breathing is slow, steady, and drawn deeply from your diaphragm. The immediate world around you is perfectly contained. There is the sweet, lingering scent of the night jasmine. There is the delicate, crystalline music of the water falling into the blue-tiled pool. But as your physical body powers down, your auditory awareness begins to expand. It reaches out, floating beyond the edges of your velvet bed. It drifts past the geometric archway of the alcove. It moves across the moonlit courtyard, past the garden, and travels all the way up to the top of the monumental terracotta walls that surround this sanctuary. Listen closely. Beneath the bright, bubbling sound of the fountain, there is another sound. It is incredibly deep. It is incredibly vast. It is not inside the oasis. It is outside. Far outside. It is the breath of the open desert. The wind. It is a low, continuous, oceanic hum. It does not whistle, and it does not howl, because there are no sharp edges or buildings out there to cut it. There are only the soft, rolling, endless dunes of sand stretching out for hundreds of miles in every direction. Whoosh, shift, sigh. Listen to the sheer scale of it. You can hear millions of tiny grains of sand being lifted, carried, and rearranged in the dark. It is a massive, ancient, geological movement. The desert is erasing the footprints of the day. It is reshaping the horizon while the world sleeps. In your waking life, the wind represents chaos, and it represents the unpredictable, exhausting forces that blow your carefully made plans off course. It is the friction of the day. But tonight, that wind is locked outside. Feel a profound physical wave of gratitude for the thick clay walls of this sanctuary. They are a fortress holding back the infinite wasteland. The wind cannot touch you here. It cannot stir the perfect glassy reflection of the star-shaped pool. It cannot pull a single white petal from the night jasmine. It cannot reach the sheltered alcove where you lie safely buried in velvet. By listening to the immense, moving wilderness outside, the stillness inside your oasis becomes magnificent. The contrast is a powerful sedative. You are a tiny, protected ember glowing in the center of an immense, cold, dark void. You are completely hidden, yet the storm of the world is rushing past, high above your head, but it cannot find you. Now, let us use the vastness of that desert to shrink your day. Think of the worries that felt so impossibly large this morning. The conflicts, the deadlines, the heavy expectations, the tangled relationships. In the small, crowded rooms of your waking life, those problems take up all the oxygen. They bounce off the walls and echo in your ears. But out here, imagine taking all of those heavy, frantic thoughts and throwing them over the clay wall. Toss them out into the path of that great, dark wind. What happens to them? Whoosh! They are instantly swallowed by the sheer scale of the desert night. They are swept away in a river of cold air. They are buried under 100 feet of shifting, anonymous sand, and they are absolutely nothing compared to the ancient, endless dunes. Your problems do not matter to the desert, and right now, lying in this protected courtyard, they do not matter to you. They have been stripped of their power. They have been reduced to dust. You are safe. The desert wind is no longer a threat. It is a distant lullaby, a deep, low-frequency blanket of sound that reminds you how beautifully small you are. You do not have to hold the world together. You do not have to control the shifting sands. You are allowed to let the wind blow. You are allowed to stop fighting the elements and simply rest. Let the low, rolling frequency of the distant dunes wash over the high walls. Let it carry the last remaining stubborn fragments of your waking mind away into the night. Your thoughts are scattered like sand, blending perfectly into the heavy, velvet dark. You are empty. You are ready to look up at the sky. You are empty of the wind. You are empty of the day. Your body is a heavy, immovable weight sinking endlessly into the velvet Diwan. Your mind is as still and clear as the mirrored surface of the star-shaped pool. You do not need to move. You do not need to think. But before you surrender entirely to the dark, open your eyes just a fraction. Let your heavy eyelids part, just enough to look out from the deep shadow of the alcove. Look past the edge of the great archway. Look above the high, protective clay walls of the courtyard. There is no roof over the center of the oasis. There is only the sky. In the waking world, the night sky is often hidden from you. It is washed out by the orange haze of city lights, obscured by the frantic, artificial glow of a world that refuses to sleep. But here, In the deep desert, there is absolutely no light pollution. The atmosphere is freezing, thin, and impossibly clear. The sky is a dome of pure, absolute black, dusted with a thick, breathtaking carpet of crushed silver. Billions of stars. They do not twinkle faintly. They burn with a fierce, steady, ancient intensity. They are a great celestial ceiling. Stare into that vast, glittering ocean of light. It is the ultimate geometry. Just like the perfect blue tiles on the floor, just like the intricately carved honeycomb vaulting above your head, the stars form their own flawless, repeating patterns. They are the original map of order, constellations that have not changed their shape in 1,000,000 years. They looked exactly like this when the walls of this oasis were first built out of mud and water. They will look exactly like this 1,000 years from now, and watch them. They appear completely still, but they are moving. It is the slowest, most majestic clock in the universe. The great dome of the night is turning, rotating with the imperceptible, heavy spin of the earth. The stars are sliding across the open square of your courtyard, inch by inch, tracing grand, invisible arcs across the dark. In the face of that massive, ancient rotation, your timeline shrinks. The urgent deadlines of your day, the ticking clocks of your waking life, the rushed mornings, and the panicked afternoons, they mean absolutely nothing to the stars. The cosmos does not rush. It takes 4.5 billion years to turn a cloud of dust into a sun. It takes 1,000 years for the light of those stars to reach your tired eyes. You are beautifully, profoundly insignificant in the face of that ancient light. And in that insignificance, there is absolute freedom. You are released from the burden of importance. You do not have to hold the universe together. The stars are doing that for you. You only have to breathe. Align your breathing with the slow, turning wheel of the galaxy. Inhale, draw in the silver starlight. Exhale, release your grip on the waking world. Your breath is the only movement left in your body. It is a slow, tidal rhythm. The bubbling of the fountain is fading into the background, becoming a soft, distant hum. The heavy scent of the jasmine is settling deep into your lungs. Your eyelids are too heavy to hold open any longer. The sliver of the starry sky becomes a blur of silver and black. Let them close. Close. Even in the dark behind your eyelids, you can feel the vastness of the space above you, and the boundaries of your physical body are dissolving into the velvet cushions. You are no longer a person lying on a bed in a courtyard. You are a piece of the night. You are a single, quiet atom resting in the center of the turning galaxy. The conscious, waking mind shuts off its final light. The slow, rolling delta waves of deep sleep wash over your brain, drowning out the last whisper of thought. You are falling perfectly into the void. The desert is cold, but the courtyard is warm. The wind howls across the dunes, but the high walls stand firm. The water in the fountain continues its endless, gentle song. But you have finished your day. The perfect, infinite patterns of the blue tiles are reflected in your dreams, orderly, beautiful, and completely safe. The stars are your silent guardians tonight. You are a single and heavy drop in the vast ocean of the night. There is nothing left to do. Sleep now in the oasis of peace.